All right, everybody, welcome back. Today we're doing another brand new watch unboxing. This is another collaboration between French artist Seconde and this time with Timex. If you remember, the last one was with Spinnaker, and I'm actually wearing that watch today, the 50 Phantoms. So the same artist, Seconde. This one is number 6 in his, or their line, I should say, with Timex. So the box will show, you know, episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one is 6. And I'm not sure what the Timex packaging normally looks like, but this is obviously unique to this collaboration specifically. So it's pretty cool. This collaboration's been interesting. They've been popping up in my feed a lot, and some of them, like this one, I don't mind this one. I think this one's pretty cool. Some of the other ones, I'm not too crazy about, and you'll see what I mean. But normally, what these are, they're either a Timex Q or a Timex M79. I believe that's the model number, M79. But anyway, the seconds hand is really the only thing that changes. There's a couple different color variations, but for the most part, the seconds hand has been replaced with some kind of fun thing, right? And you'll see what I mean in just a second. One of them is like the Hulk's hand, and one is a hamburger. He recently came out with a root beer one. You know, like root beer is a really popular watch color because it has like a two-tone bezel and all that. So they removed the seconds hand and threw an actual mug of root beer as the seconds hand, which is kind of fun. But anyway, what I have here, of course, is the episode 6, which is the polar variant. So I got the little penguin here on my guy. So yeah, let's see what else we got in the box here. For some reason, this is like falling apart. User manual. It's like all scratched up too. It's interesting. Yeah, user manual goes right back in there. Wow, this watch must be very sharp because this is all shredded up. Okay, so let's get this off the pillow here. And of course, this is on one of those Hair Polar 9000 bracelets, but that's okay. It's part of the look and the charm. All right, so let me get the plastic off of here. I don't know if I'll be able to do this with my gloves on. Well, let's just take a look at the watch real quick. I'll zoom in there and I'll take my glove off here so I can get that plastic removed. Okay. There's that. And we do have a see-through case back, so I'll remove it there as well. I guess I'll just leave that for now. Do we have anything on the bracelet? Just this one looks like. Alrighty. So, this is a Timex M79, which is slightly larger than the Timex Q. The Timex Q is a quartz model that some of these episodes were paired on. That is a 38 millimeter Timex, whereas this is a 40 millimeter automatic. So as you saw the see-through case back here, we have a Miyota M79 here in the back. Or I should say, I'm sorry, the Miyota 800 series. So, overall impressions so far, I like the watch. We are looking at acrylic crystal here, not sapphire, and the bezel is aluminum. This watch shipped to me was, I believe, $350 with shipping and tax. We've got a pretty nice set of hands there. The Timex Mercedes style hands there. We got date and day there at the 3 o'clock hour mark. Nice applied indices and minute ring there on the outside. The bezel itself has really smooth action. No backplay that I can see. We've got brushed finishing here on the case, and then also high polish on the sides and part of the top there. The crown is signed TX for Timex, and on the back is a seconde there, and it also says automatic, and that is the reference number there, the TW2W23100. I think I said Miyota 800, I meant Miyota 8000. This is the 8205 non-hacking Miyota movement, and fairly, you know, I guess industrial looking. It's not very fancy or high polished. That rotor spins very easily. Should have no problem keeping this thing wound up. And I think this has 40 hours of power reserve, if my memory is correct. And it does say, there it is, limited edition at the bottom, 444 out of 500. So that's very cool. As far as the bracelet goes so far, looking at the underside of the watch, I think it's going to be fairly difficult to put a new strap on this. I did order one ahead of time just to see if I could pair this on like a white rubber, because I think it would look really good with this white dial. So, you know, we'll see if that's the case. And of course, I've got cat hairs floating around in my video here. But yeah, so basically what they did is they took that second hand off, like I was saying, and they stuck a little fun art piece there instead. So this episode 6 is the polar, or the P____R with a penguin as the second hand, which is super fun. And I thought this was the one that appealed to me most. I was not really all that interested in, you know, like the hamburger or the whole can or any of those other ones, but this one's pretty fun. And I like the fact that this one's automatic and not a quartz. I think just automatic from Timex was kind of an interesting idea for me. I've never had a Timex that wasn't quartz, so wanted to check out this style watch. I know these have been very popular lately between the Q and the M79, and I want to try it out for myself. So let's go ahead and get some dimensions, and then I will show you how it wears on my wrist. I'm not sure how this is going to work as with other bracelets. I don't know if it will or not. The case design is fairly, you know, chunky, and the bracelet sits pretty far down from the body of the case here, right? So you can't really just put a normal leather strap on it, because this tapers out past the end of the spring bar, from what it looks like to me. Kind of like a Casio in that way. Like some Casio models, the spring bar is a lot smaller than the actual width of the bracelet there. So this tapers quite a bit down. This is going to be fairly difficult to put a strap on if I had to guess. So let's hope that this one is good enough. I can already feel it tugging on the fibers of the gloves. So again, yeah, this is the Hair Polar 9000, which, you know, it's fine. All right, let's get you some dimensions. So we're looking at 40 dead on the case, which is exactly as advertised. To the crown, 42. Lug to lug, 47. And I think that means I need to change the battery on this guy. And thickness, we're looking at 14.2. Fairly chunky, but it is an automatic. I'm assuming the quartz is much thinner. So yeah, that's the watch. And again, this does not have a hacking movement. So I pulled it out. Maybe it does, because that penguin stopped spinning. That's interesting. They must have updated this Miyota to hack, because my understanding was this one did not have a hacking seconds hand. But yeah, it hacks. Well, that's nice. As far as functionality, it's a Miyota, so, you know, first position, you can, or while it's closed, you can wind it. First position, you can set the day, and it has it in English and Spanish, which is nice. And then counterclockwise is the day. Pulling it out to the last position, you set the time, and apparently it does hack, which is news to me. But hey, we're learning something every day. All right, let's see how this wears. I'm trying not to get this acrylic on the table because I don't want to. It's going to be a little tight, I think. Ooh, can I get it? Yes. Okay. Ooh, that's a little tight. But it wears nice so far. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. This is pulling some arm hairs for sure. Okay. Actually, it's a little tight. I could loosen that up a little bit, but it wears pretty good. I like that a lot. Let's zoom out. That looks pretty good. 40 millimeters, you know, typically would be a little bit big, but this looks just fine. And it probably has to do with the case shape. I don't know if I'm crazy about the high polish on this. I do really like this matte silver aluminum bezel we got going on. And again, the bezel plays very good. It does have a nice lume pip there. Applied indices. Oh, and the nice thing about this seconde collaboration is that the bezel does line up at the 12. I didn't really have time to show you this in the last video with the 50 Phantoms. I think I went too far, but it's okay. The 50 Phantoms does not line up, unfortunately. It is off, and there's nothing I can do about that. But yeah, this one, I went, maybe it's lined up. Let's see. Yeah, looks good. So what else can I say here? The dial face itself says automatic, water resistant to 50 meters. It's interesting that it doesn't say like Japanese movement or anything like that, but it's okay. I don't know if the quartz model would say quartz on it here, or if it would say it, because this says automatic on the dial, so I'm assuming it would say quartz if it was quartz. The applied indices look good. It looks like the one at the 9-hour mark might be slightly misapplied. Yeah, it could be the acrylic distortion, but it looks a little misaligned. That's okay. It's better than any Seiko I've gotten. Overall, I do really like the look of the watch. I think the applied indexes are really nice. The case is a throwback design, right? It's like a reissue of a classic 70s model. The bracelet is okay. It definitely fits that aesthetic. Not my favorite bracelet. I'm not crazy about it. I've already lost some arm hairs, I can tell. But yeah, I do have one bracelet that I bought. Sorry, a plastic rubber strap thing. And I think it's made for a Casio. But I'm going to try it because I think this watch would look very good on a white rubber strap. All right, so I got that rubber strap to work, and it looks okay. Definitely, this is definitely a Casio, like G-Shock style strap, but just wanted to show you what it would look like if I got it on. I probably will switch back to the factory bracelet that it came with, that steel one. But here you can see, I'll zoom in and show you. Here you can see how the strap looks from this angle, and you can definitely tell it's got that indent, notch basically for a G-Shock frame. So I don't know how people are going to feel about this, but this is what I was talking about. The strap has to go further than the actual spring bar. So this is an 18 millimeter spring bar, but the actual width of the bracelet, or the strap that we've got on here, is 24, 25, something like that. So unless you're notching like a larger leather band, you're going to have to find a strap like this that kind of steps down into a smaller spring bar. So this is a $10, $12 strap from Amazon that I found. It's not made by Casio, it's just made for Casio. So that's an option, I guess. And then one thing I didn't do that I will do for you now is the Lume shot. So let me go ahead and turn the lights off. And I'll give this a little bit of a charge. And yeah, let's see if I can zoom in here. You can definitely see good Lume application on the pip and the hands. The hands look very strong. The bezel markers, the indexes rather, seem a little weak to me. The 12-hour is good, nice and bright, but the hours outside of that seem to be fading fairly quickly. The penguin is not loomed whatsoever, and neither is the dial, but that's okay. So yeah, I think that's about all I've got to share today with this M79 by Timex and seconde. I look forward to the next project that they do. It's always a fun, limited thing. Art is art. It's, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So whether you like these or don't, that's okay. This is the only one of this project that I liked personally. And for 350 bucks, I think you could do a lot worse. All right, guys. Take care. See you in the next one.